confidence that I'm grown enough, I'm a woman enough to handle anything that shows up here. And here's what I require. Here's what loving me looks like. Here is what loving me looks like. I extend the invitation to you to love me. And here's what loving me looks like in this season. So don't love me based on a 1997 outline of me, because I'm a grown woman, and this is what she requires. Can you? Will you? Do you? And if not, I'm going to be all right. Period.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation running. That's why at Grainger, we're here for you. With professional-grade industrial supplies and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Shh, hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
Period. Love is not a rescue mission. Love is not a rescue mission. It's a partnership. So if you are always being rescued 911, did you marry him? Did you get in a relationship with him or her to save them or to be a partner with them? Because whatever you signed up for is what you're
I'm listening
doing.
to a podcast.
Does that serve you?
I'm learning about love.
I'll just say that love is not a rescue mission. I had to learn that. I love rescuing. I love healing. I love healing because I'm a healer.
Please.
That's the business I'm in. I help people.
Please.
So I have to make sure I'm not getting in my relationship
Just get something similar to
to
that.
heal them. I'm getting in a relationship to be a partner with them.
Are you going to be outside
the
or
trap
indoors?
is when you start healing them, or you
your
start to
soccer
see
thing.
that they're healing, you get the
Oh, Jesus,
joy,
it's
you
cold.
get that fulfillment, and so it almost becomes a
Oh,
bit
you're
more of
gonna
a
be
fuel,
cold.
like, oh, I can fix them, and so you go even deeper, and before you know, you give yourself over to them
Nice.
completely.
And the reality is you can't save someone
Get rid of
who
the problem.
refuses to swim.
Early in the morning.
That's the reality. That's the reality. And how arrogant is it of us? It really is an arrogant move.
Well,
That's,
for people
that's
like my
cloaked
brother
in
who
like
wake
this
up at
martyr,
3, I think
server.
10 a.m.
I
is
just
very
love
early.
helping people. How arrogant is it of us to believe that we can save someone who refuses to swim? And I'm not making them wrong. This is not about a make wrong. That they are clear on who they are. And your job is to get clear on who they are. And you don't have to stop loving someone who's toxic and loving someone who doesn't want to swim. You don't have to stop loving them. You just need to love them from a comfortable distance. Or you just need to love yourself more. You are the first line of love for you. No one can love you more than you love yourself. And that is unfair of you to expect someone to love you more than you're loving yourself. And I'm saying this because I had to learn this lesson, y'all. No judgment in my statements. But I would love people because they loved me. And then I try to love me the way they love me. Because I wasn't loving me the way they were loving me. But when they stopped loving me because I wasn't the person that they needed me to be or whatever, when they stopped loving me, then I was left even with more lack and more void and more. Now, after that broken relationship, I was like double, triple broken. It's because I didn't heal myself before I went into the relationship. And when you realize that no one's going to love you more than you're loving yourself, and you are giving them an example of how to love you, are you giving them the best example possible? Are you loving on your body? Are you loving on your face and your skin? Are you loving on your hair? Are you loving on yourself the way you sleep? Are you loving on yourself based on how you set boundaries? Because if you're not loving on you, then you're giving them an example of how to not love you. That right there, Lisa, that was hard. It was hard for me to get that I have to be the first example of what healthy love for me, with me, looked like. My husband only knows how to make my shake in the morning because my husband has witnessed me consistently make my shake in the morning. I didn't know. I didn't know how I needed to be the first bold, confident example of what healthy love looked like with me.
The last time you were on the show, you said something that broke me so much in a beautiful way. And I'd love to it feels really right to bring this back up. And I don't know if I've told you this actually. So, I mean, we've been friends for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So you say things, it really resonates because I'm very present and I just admire and respect you so much.
Amen. Thank you, sis.
The last time you were on the show, you were talking about that we don't respect ourselves. And you had told me the story where you had to start loving yourself and you had to start by looking at your own body and loving on your body. And I remember you saying, these were the legs that carried me. I insult my tummy, but this is the tummy that grew my son. You know, I hate my sagging breasts or something like you said, but these were the breasts that fed my son. And so here, how can I hate something that has given so much joy? And I remember that moment. Once you left, my husband wasn't here. So I go upstairs and I was all by myself. And I looked in the mirror and I broke down crying. Because the amount of times I look in the mirror and I insult myself subconsciously without even realizing it. How can I turn to my husband and want my husband to glow on me and say that I look beautiful and, oh my God, baby, you're so hot and your body's amazing, when I am ripping my body to shreds every time I look in the mirror?
You want him to outlove the way you're loving you.
Yeah. And I remember what you had said on the interview that I then did in practice, which was so beautiful.
No.
You said you started to just hug.
I did.
And that's exactly what I did. I looked in the mirror after our last interview and I literally just hugged on my body and I burst into tears. And it was the first time I was like, how do we say that we want something and we're not even willing to do it for ourselves?
Thank you for that reflection.
Okay.
That was a journey for me. I was obese for 19 years and I was morbidly obese for 4 years. And I realized that I judged myself so much and I had so much body shame. And I had skin tone frustration, you know, because I for many years, I love my mocha skin now, love it, love it, love it, but I wasn't always there. I had hair frustration, my lips. Everyone wasn't always getting lip fillers. In second grade, they weren't popular. And so I hated my lips. And I realized that how could I ask someone to love something that I was judging so harshly? And even though the harsh words didn't come out of my mouth, it was all in my body. It was in my energy. It was in my ecosystem.
It was up here.
It was up here. They didn't call it that. It was a health and wellness retreat, but when I got there, I realized everyone there was overweight and everyone there was trying to lose weight and everyone there was dealing with toxicity in their bodies. And I went there for a month and in the morning, they invited you to run a mile or power walk a mile. And I couldn't. And so I sat in the little, room that you do exercises in. And I just sat there and I looked at my body and that's when I became present, that there wasn't a part of my body that I didn't judge. And I sat quietly and I just said feet and I did shins and I did knees. And I apologized to each part of my body. I apologized knees for judging you. I apologized thighs. I apologized I apologized stomach. All of my midsection was the part that I had to apologize. And I just sat there and cried. And I apologized to my breasts for judging them so much. And I thanked them for being the breast that fed Jelani and the stomach that carried Jelani and the hips that walked me over 1,000 miles. And I just got back whole. I got in order with my body. I got in order, before I can give this body to someone else or this mind to someone else, I first gave it back to me. And so, the journey into a healthy relationship starts with the journey back to you. Like you are going to be in a relationship with you for the rest of your life. How does that relationship feel first? Brakes on somebody else. Brakes on Marcellus, my husband, Tom, your husband, brakes on them first. Does the relationship with Lisa feel good? And if that doesn't, sis, run toward that relationship feeling good. Don't finish this podcast and go run and make declarations to your partner. We're going to do this now, and you got to do this now, and I learned that I deserve this now, and don't do that. When this video completes, run to the mirror. Run to the first relationship that got you into all your subsequent relationships.